Hey everyone, this is Bales. I'm at FantasyLabs and wanted to show you our new matchups page, and I'm really excited about this. We're launching it for NFL this season, and the goal of this page is twofold. The first is to just allow you to visualize matchups. So we're going to be updating this very often. Anytime there's news with basically any player in the league, any starter, we will update this page. So if a defensive tackle is out, or a linebacker, or a left tackle, or anybody, we will have this updated very quickly, and that's something that we've done in the past for other sports, and we've had the quickest updates, especially in NBA, and it's something that we will be bringing to NFL as well. So definitely very excited about that. So you'll be able to see obviously the skill position players, quarterback, top two running backs, typically the top three receivers and tight end, unless a team very often utilizes a second tight end over a third receiver. You'll also be able to see if a defense plays a 4-3 versus 3-4. So if you click swap here in the middle, we're looking at Cardinals and Patriots for week one. If you click swap, it'll move the offense to the defensive side of the ball, and you can see that the Cardinals, because they run a 3-4 or swapped, and so you can see the four outside linebackers there. We're also showing an additional player on defense, a nickel corner. Teams are in nickel so often, it's very important, especially if that nickel corner is someone who's on the field a lot, covering the slot guy or whoever he's covering. And what we plan to do with the cornerbacks is place them wherever we think they're going to be. Certain teams have their cornerbacks play a side, and so that's you'll be able to see where that cornerback is often matched up and which receiver he'll be matched up on the most. And then certain teams will shadow, and so this is just news that we'll be looking at throughout the week and trying to get that right, so you can see which cornerback a receiver is most likely to be matched up on for the majority of a game. Second goal of this page is just to give you a whole bunch of really valuable data. So we're looking at our advanced data. That's the default category. We have a few different categories up here. Advanced, FantasyLabs, which is fantasy specific stats, red zone data, ownership and trends, which you can see everyone will be able to see for quarterbacks for free. This is the number of trends and our projected ownership for the week for that player. If you are a pro member, you'll be able to see every skill player, our projected ownership, and the number of pro trends that they have. If you're not, you'll have to upgrade to pro to be able to see those items. And then just basic data. So this is all on an individual level, and then you can also see that it changes here on the right-hand side. So we have team level data. So we're looking at the Patriots points per drive, 2.3. A long bar here represents a positive for the offense, and so that's in green. That's a good number, obviously. We're looking at a running 12 months. Obviously, things for the Patriots in week one are a bit different with Garoppolo as their starting quarterback, but being able to visualize all of this advanced data that you see a lot of places on the team level and then on the individual level, I think is very important. So you're looking at things like market share, everything broken down on the individual level over the past year, which is a running 12 months, and the past month. So generally the past 4 games for a player will be there, and these will come in obviously as we start the season. You'll be able to see the monthly numbers, and we can probably go back to a past date. You can look at it historically. So if we go back to a past date, you'll be able to see, you can see the month and year, so you can look at changes in player performance. So in this particular matchup, Fitzgerald, for example, came in with a much lower adjusted net yards per attempt on targets that were thrown to him over the past month as compared to the past year. And then the last thing is I go back to week one that I think is really cool that we're getting. You'll be able to see all of this different data, which is really unique. But the hurries, so we have hurries per game for the pass rushers and the hurries allowed for offensive linemen. And I think that this is going to be really useful and a good way to just look at how particular guys match up. So just like the cornerbacks, we're going to be researching a lot where we think those guys are lining up. Certain defensive ends are generally play one side, and so you'll be able to see how certain guys, how effective they are by how many rushes per game they have, and then also what sort of opponent they're going up against. If it's someone that they potentially could dominate, which is good not only for the offense to see what sort of pass pro they might be able to give the quarterback, but also defense. If you're projecting sacks, I think hurries is potentially the best way to do it. So you can copy any matchup that you'd like. If you want to share it, you can copy the link. You can also click this image and it will download an image which you can use on social media, or if you have a site, you can add it directly to your site. So this is more or less the matchups page. Definitely really excited about it. Again, we're going to work really hard to make sure that all of this is updated as quickly as possible and very accurately, so you can have a really accurate sense and hopefully something that's unique, that's not provided anywhere else, about where guys are lining up and what sort of matchups guys are going to be in, and then potentially how efficient they might be in that matchup.